What's up, everybody? What's up? How's everything going?
Good. How are you, Brian?
Doing good. Welcome to the stream. So, where are you? What you going through? What's going on? I don't have it's the what's going on like with you today?
Oh, no, I just had my interview and trying to get everything together so I can get started.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
So, do you have an object you want to do an animation with today? That is the name of the game for the afternoon.
And let's see. How about this beautiful little baby?
Describe it for me. I'm about 5 feet away from my camera at the moment. Could you describe it for me?
It is my tiger's pink tiger's eye pendant.
Outstanding. And what do you want to do with it?
It will be part of my protection.
Outstanding. Any particular type of protection you're aiming at, or is this just general protections?
When I'm doing spell work.
Excellent. Now, for the folks at home that are watching this that don't have your background, can you elucidate a little more for them on that? As far as like talk a bit more about, like, go a little bit more in depth. Like, let's go into the weeds a little bit for what you're looking to do.
Well,
Like, do you have a particular work that you've got coming up that you want to talk about? Are you going into a paranormal situation and you're looking for something for extra assist? Like, what kind of a situation are you getting yourself up to?
I am in the middle of trying to remove something from someone's home.
Oh no. What's going on with that?
Not quite sure yet. All I know is it did visit twice. First time, didn't say anything. Second time, gave him a warning.
Oh.
Didn't hurt him, but it's kind of, he's not scared, but it shouldn't be there. And because it warned him to stay away from me, it's my responsibility that I should at least do what I can to get rid of it. And
Interesting.
yeah,
So what per se do you feel about that? Like, what's your feels to this entity? Because it's trying to like block you from a certain type of happiness,
yes,
right? Like,
and
it's trying to take away your friend, and that shit ain't cool.
I I get a bad feeling that it was sent.
Ooh, sent by what?
Somebody doesn't want me to be happy,
Ooh.
and I have a bad feeling, even though they don't know who he is, they may still be able to reach out through me to find him.
That's no good. That is no good. So, if it's warning against you, well, what does divination yield? Like, what have you been up to as far as communicating with the entities that are around him to verify this as well?
I haven't gotten back up to his place, so I haven't been able to really like feel around to see if or what. I do know that it's a pale grayish color
Okay. About how tall?
with about 6 foot,
Interesting. Okay.
and it's has its face looking like Loki.
Loki is in like the one from the movie, or from like what when you say Loki, that's a general term. Like,
Okay,
could you
the picture
describe?
that I showed you that I drew
Yeah.
with the dark under his eyes and like just staring at you, the same image.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be unpleasant for anybody to have to deal with. Okay.
Yeah,
So he's
right.
got that's just oogie. Let's not play with that boogeyman, shall we? I'm
Right.
kidding. Let's get rid of it. And where are you going to get rid of it? You're going to need something that has a little bit more oomph, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's bring out some magic of antiquity, shall we, Sandy?
Okay.
Do you want to throw down a little bit more?
What do you need?
Well, as a matter of fact, it's what you need for this particular thing. And it just so happens that I'm working with the Chaldean Magic and its Origin and Development by Francois Lenormand. This thing
Okay.
got some crazy shenanigans up in here. It has a conjuration to create a weapon of war. So you could use this under that auspice of let's get dangerous.
Sounds good to me.
Right? And so, what do I mean by equipping people on the interwebs with this kind of forethought? Well, if people are going to fuck with you, fuck with them right back, right? And I
Exactly.
love the threefold law. And since we're streaming into Facebook and YouTube, I am not condoning physical violence, but if you craft a weapon such as this, think about it like the Spear of Lu. Aim and you won't miss, right? But the whole thing is
Exactly.
in how you aim, right?
Okay.
So think about that feeling that you've got all up inside you when you want to get something up and out, right? And this is how
Mm-hmm.
you release into the wild that intent, right? Well, you're not going to release it. You're going to actually put it into that object in front of you, right?
Yes.
You're going to take all that can devastate, all that can destroy, right? And
Yes.
for me to demonstrate how serious I am about creating something that's absolutely insane, to demonstrate to the people that are out there that what we get up to is important, and we have the means by which to defend what we must, right? And so you're providing for yourself, you're providing for your continuance of safety, as it were, right? Not necessarily to drive a stake into the heart of this particular evil, but rather by the means to come around so it doesn't have to be destroyed, right? Like if you've
Correct.
got this mighty spirit, okay, well, you don't have to necessarily use the mighty spirit. This teaches restraint, right? So if you've already got the big bad from like billions of years ago working at your conjuncture, right?
Yes.
Then it's a good thing. So this weapon is compared to that of, hey, king of the ocean. They invoke in favor of the king who bears it, the pilot of the god, called in this case the variants of the name Nin Sigar, right? Come, Nin Sigar, great pilot of heaven, thrusting forward thy sublime tree, thy lance, right? And so you have the option, because you have this moment, you could call upon Nin Sigar, right? You could pull it right up out of history and you could put it into that object, because if you've got a lance that's forged for the great pilot of heaven, right? What is it that you're
Okay.
going to get up to, right? Do you want it to use the conjuration would then proceed the weapon which causes terror, which wounds for majesty, the weapon which is raised, which is projectile beside majesty, the immense force of its below confuses. None dispute its power. It devastates the rebel country, and it crushes its enemy. And so that conjuration is kind of abominable, and that conjuration is kind of like, oh my God, they're evil over there at the Academy of Sorcery. And no, folks, we are not. So you realize while I was speaking, I was breaking pace, so that way the energy wouldn't go when I was speaking, right? So
Correct.
if I stutter a lot, if I break up the rhythm a little bit more, it's not casting it, but it still provides the information for those that are plucky enough to suffer through some terrible audio later. Because I'm not sure how long I feel comfortable leaving this shit up and out in the world. So before Facebook shuts us down, let's have some fun. Right? So
Right.
do you want to make something like that?
Yes.
Okay. So this is on page 161, if anybody's following along in the book. A fragment of a tablet in the British Museum gives us the remains of a special little collection of prayers, particularly a liturgic, partly of a magical character, in each of them relating to one of the insignia of royalty for which it invokes the protection of the gods. Once he has referenced to the tiara and has already mentioned as a requesting that the king might be possessed by beneficent spirits, another relates to the precious stones which are upon the breast of the king as an insignia. And a third, that is the weapon of war, right? Well, let's make your thing that you're going to wear upon your breast as a pendant, a tiger's eye. You said tiger's eye, right?
Yeah, it's a pink one.
Right? Protection of the heart. So you're protecting your heart by creating a spirit. So this is a weapon that will stake the heart of the thing that you need it to, right? So hello, Buffy of the New World, please don't sue me for this, right? But yeah, like you want something that can stake at the heart of a situation. Channel that, feel that while you're doing this, right?
Okay.
So you're inside, right?
Yes.
All right. Feet on the floor. Stand up. You ready? Let's do this thing. And just to show the audience at home, I found this that I haven't played with in ages, and I'm going to wake it up again. And this is a piece of sky iron that's about 10.8 billion years old. So when I throw down with this stuff, it's going to be the same spell, but on a piece of sky iron from back in the day. So we're going to play fuck around and find out, and let's make some friends. It's been sitting on an array with an oak tree to my north on a 24 karat plated object within the first hour of the sun, funny enough, today. So these are circumstantial conditions, right? So while I say out the gate of Earth, I'm going to literally be standing on Earth when we do this, right? So you're going to have to add in there on your own. When I get done with Earth, you're going to have to add in the condition for wood, all right? So the conditions that I'm working with here, and if you want, I can go through this one first and walk you through the spell format again if you'd like. But what you're doing is you're going to be channeling the energy up from your feet, right? Put your toe-toes in the dirt, as Hayden would say, and then you conjure it up, and you're going to feel it right around your knees, and then you're going to bring it up, and you're going to be bringing it out, right? But you're going to be channeling it down simultaneously too, right? So you've got, while you channel the energy coming down, right? My big floppy hat to demonstrate, right? The energy comes down. It saturates the area. You're bringing the above up with the below, and you're creating a point of union. That object in your hand is going to be that point of union, right? And so as you go out there in the world and you're going to start conjuring these things, that is what you hold out in front of you, right? So as you stand feet on each side of you, you begin the conjuration. I call forth, right?
I call for.
You know how that one goes? There you go. I call forth that which flows.
That which flows.
By the gate of the earth.
By the gate of the earth.
By the seal of the earth.
By the seal of the earth.
Open.
Open.
I call forth.
I call forth.
From the gate of wood.
From the gate of wood.
By the seal of wood.
by the seal of wood,
Open.
open.
I call forth
I call forth
through the gate of air,
through the gate of air,
by the seal of air.
by the seal of air,
Open.
open.
I call forth
I call forth
by the gate of metal,
by the gate of metal,
by the seal of metal.
by the seal of metal.
Be open.
Be open.
Spirit that dwells within,
Spirit that dwells within,
hear me at my calling.
hear me at my calling.
Come forth and present.
Come forth and present.
Deliver to me your name that I may know you.
Deliver to me your name that I may know you. Okay. Candace.
Let the seals and gates be closed.
Let the seals and gates be closed.
Be at rest, Spirit, and thank you.
Be at rest, Spirit, and thank you.
That's fun.
Whoa.
Right?
That is so fun.
And so one of the beautiful things about the work that we just did is that this is an open source grimoire, right? So if I'm compelled to leave this online for the initiates of the Academy, those that would explore further these kind of depths of what we get up to, right? They have to figure out how to do this spell on their own since it's the first one to do, right? You thought those thoughts beforehand. So with your training now, you felt those thoughts inside you, didn't you?
Yes.
That this would be a thing that would hold to that intent.
Yes.
Right? How do you feel afterwards?
My legs are shaky and you can feel the energy just rise up through. Like, I can feel it with each gate. It got heavy
Outstanding.
and warm. And just like all empowering.
Outstanding. What's up, Brian? Welcome, welcome. Sorry to have you waiting off in the wings back there. Didn't see you come in. Let's see here. How are you doing?
I'm good. I just hate StreamYard, so I didn't jump in right away.
Ah, well, that's all right. That's all right. And I know it does screwy things to your phone, but at least you showed up, and I appreciate you coming by. And we just finished an animation for Sandy. Do you have anything that you wanted to bring in and do an animation for today? Or do you want to talk about any of the things that you've been doing with yours this the last few days?
Me?
Yeah.
I could also animate my that is my athame for on my altar.
Excellent. Excellent. And it doesn't have a name yet, does it?
No, she's a pretty piece.
Okay. So do you have the comfort and the authority within you that you feel that you can command that invocation without the follow along?
No.
All right. You want to try?
To be completely honest, I don't even have it written down.
Why?
I don't have it written down, to be fair, Brian. I have it in Messenger that you sent me personally.
Yeah, see, it's written down.
I didn't write it, though.
Yeah. Semantics, guys. Nitpicky over every little thing. Y'all are worse than Karens. Hand it you.
Hey,
No.
once
Ring my bell of 7 metals.
once I have the book, I'll have it.
Oh, it's not in that book. It's been in the notes. It's been in the chats. It's been in all of the classes that we've been having over the last few months. So that way you have this particular thing, because this is part of the unwritten magic that
Is that
follows the
you in the
written word.
wizard hat, Brian?
It is me in the wizard hat.
And I don't have. That's one thing I didn't get. Then I'm gonna have to go back over chat and write it all down so I have it.
Good. All right. So in the interim, you want to do it again?
Let's go.
All righty. I call forth
I call forth
the gate of earth
the gate of earth
by the seal of earth,
by the seal of earth,
and that which flows
and that which flows.
open.
Open.
I call forth
I call forth
by the gate of earth,
by the gate of earth,
the seal of earth,
by the seal of earth.
open.
Open.
I call forth
I call forth
by the seal of wood,
by the seal of wood,
by the gate of wood,
by the gate of wood.
open.
Open.
I call forth
I call forth
to the seal of air,
by the seal of the air,
the gate of air,
the gate of air.
open.
Open.
I call forth
I call forth
to the gate of metal,
the seal of metal,
by the seal of metal,
by the seal of metal.
open.
Open.
Spirit that dwells within,
Spirit that dwells within,
come forth that I may know you.
come forth that I may know you.
Present to me your name.
Present to me your name. Michael.
She's a pretty priest of a guy, huh?
Right?
Sorry. All of
Oh.
He froze.
This is why I hate StreamYard. You all right?
All right. I think I'm back.
There he
You're
is.
welcome.
That was a lot. And hello? Okay, I fell in. What were you saying?
I thought it was a female, but it's not a female.
Okay. Describe it a little bit. Like, get more out of it. Like, what else about it? What does it make you feel? How does it respond? Like,
It responds in a great way. I mean, I've had no problems with it. It's got green and red gemstones. It's got a beautiful inlay on the blade. But that makes
phenomenal.
sense. There is a crowned head on the back of a male. So, and on the
That's
front.
nifty.
So I was wrong all along. It is a male.
It was just projecting because you are a female. So it's easier to see things as female.
True.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Great job, Sandy. Great job. Thank you for going through that experience with everybody. And I appreciate that we'll be able to move forward with your studies and get you writing this stuff down. Because the fun thing is that once you start programming it into your subconscious, right? When you write stuff down, it stays with you as opposed to just reading it or typing it, right?
Yes.
But actually, like the process of handwriting it, because you have to convert thought into an action and then a memory into a moment. So that way, if you're going to recall the thing that you wrote, it then has power because there was a significance behind it, right?
Yes.
And so if for all the people that are writing down that conjuration, because they go back through and they read the captioning and things like that, all the more reason to reach out. And as much as I love a pointy hat, this one, far more practical for cleaning this shit up. So,
I
no,
love
I'm
the
kidding.
hat.
It isn't shit.
I do love the hat.
Yeah. It's good. It's fun. It's pointy. Wizards need
Yes.
pointy hats. Sorcerers too, you know. So for those of you that want to go further with studies and they want to go deeper into the training of this stuff, it doesn't matter where you start, right? So long as you actually start.
Demons!
Yes.
Yeah, and?
I just like saying it every time you say it doesn't matter where you start.
Well, that's where you start. Well, is that where you started, Brian?
Kind of. I
Did you
mean,
start with the?
not yes and no. Because technically I started at a young age, but I didn't get any actual practical use or knowledge until later, you know.
Right.
Oh, be at rest. I gotta put it to
Excellent.
rest.
Wonderful, Sandy. Wonderful. Great memory. That's good. And see, and the
I
fun point is,
I will have it memorized. I can promise you that.
well, the thing is that conjuration works to get the animus, the animated spirit up out of whatever it is that you're working on, right? So if you're out there in the field and you need to animate a stick because you need an extra assist of, hey, I'm in this creepy location. If I got to hit something with a stick, I hope this stick is strong enough. I hope the spirit inside of it'll last, right?
Yes.
And so if it's only going to be a one-shot pony with a stick, put that shit to good use, animate the spirit inside of it.
And then set it on fire.
Exactly.
Well,
I
there
don't want to
was
set
that
it
one time with the devourer.
You
Well,
need to
see,
behave
this is where
yourself.
there is these spells when one is connecting to the spirit of cannabis, for those that do partake, right? That you can consume the spirit of the plant which has offered itself up in life in some sort of contractual arrangement of, hey, you've got weed. It's a physical material. It used to have a spirit of some kind in it. Why not devour the spirit of it while you're consuming it, right? And this is where vampirism comes in, folks. So shady sides of magic. Some people start with demons. Some people start with devouring entities. What was that?
Shady. Come on now, don't call us shady.
Interesting.
I mean, so as you go through and you do these things and you learn low-key devourment, right? Ha, low-key. Fuck, there he is. All right. In for the last few days. All right, that was non-intentional, but also hilarious. So as we're going through these things, right? One does devour entities, right? One has to parse the energy through their body because whatever you eat, you're eating something else, right? Like, let's be real. If you're eating a sandwich, you're eating all of the spirits of all of the things in the sandwich, right? So it doesn't matter the form that it's in. It's vampirism, right? All organic things that eat things to survive is a form of vampirism. So people need to get the fuck over themselves, right? We eat things. We're meat. We eat things, right?
Yes.
Like, it's a condition of humanity. So to balance that side of things out, it's a way to also honor the spirit as it becomes part of you, right? So as you become part of the connection to the thing inside the meats that you're eating, you can nourish yourself in different ways because it allows the spirit of the thing that you're consuming to live through you in a different kind of way, right? So if the object gets destroyed, then that spirit gets released, right? And so by that release, it goes back out into the wild and things like that. And so this is why people that like to burn sacred objects or like to burn books or like all of those things, they're trying to release that spirit back out into the world to go try again next time, right? And we don't like to do that. Don't burn books, people. Don't do it. Don't think about it. It's not good.
No.
But when you're doing sigil releases, right? When you're doing spell releases, when you've got something attached to ink and you need to say, okay, well, I did this spell. I'm releasing it out into the wild so that it can go be free to go help somebody else, right? You're just severing your local attachment to that object. That shit's going to still interact with you because it's going to interact with you. It's what nature does.
What if that's what you wanted?
Right?
Don't worry about me. I just do weird things, so don't worry about what I say.
Well, if you're like the rest of the people in the academy that are doing the thing also, we all get up to some pretty weird shit sometimes. So minding what you say is a station of where you're at in your personal practice, right? So it could be, this is where you're going to grow from in a year from now. This is where you'll stay for a while till it's no fun anymore, right? It's up to you. I'm not pushing you one way or another, but all I'm saying is like, yay, magic and sorcery. And if folks want to go deeper with this kind of stuff, now they have a spirit that they can have an ethical obligation by which they are compelled to further study. And if they don't want their life to go to shit because they forgot to put the thing to rest, don't forget to put it to rest, right? So
Ethical
this way
obligation.
yes.
How
They don't
so?
want to fuck up their lives. So it is an ethical obligation to finish the spell and not actually like leave it done or undone halfway through, right? You complete the circuit. You complete the energy. So once you were done with channeling that energy, you say be at rest, right? And it is, right? Like that thing, we're going to have some words. That shit was cool.
What thing?
This piece of sky iron that's about 10 billion years old that I did the animation on.
Oh, you actually did it? You told me you were going to. You didn't say you did it.
Yep, that was what I did earlier. So yeah, under the noonday sun, while it's out here on a plate of gold, with an oak tree to the north, it in the center. Like we've got plants, we've got water. It's a whole thing out here. It's great. But yeah, lots of like that was a lot, but fun. Yay!
Yay, what?
So there was just a little like coin drop sound from like Super Mario Brothers. It was fun. I don't know where that like.
Oh,
Messenger.
sorry. That was me. I'm turning it down.
That's all good. That was a lot of fun, guys. I appreciate you. I do have a hard stop. We do have things to take care of here today. So thank you for joining today. And I hope everybody that's out there in the world summoning up whatever spirit and whatever sacred object that they did, you don't have to destroy the object to put the spirit to rest, people. If you conjured it, you can command it. Remember that. Have fun. Don't be evil, and don't summon anything you can't rightly banish, right? So
Exactly.
be safe. Don't be evil, and we'll chat with you all next time. Thank you for joining.
Brian?